Oh, hi there. I'm Kat. Thank you for joining me for Chat with Kat. We're going on a journey and having conversations with people from a variety of backgrounds and experiences. And during this journey, we're going to probably laugh and smile. We'll have moments of compassion and cry. We may be angry or feel confronted, and we may be amazed and just need to ponder. So, whatever the emotion is that comes up, let's take a moment to breathe and ask ourselves why we're feeling this. And also, let's ask, what can I learn from this? So go ahead and like, share, subscribe to this, and make sure that your friends and family and colleagues and anyone you feel could get something from this gets to see this. So let's get on with our journey with Chat with Kat.
Perfect. Well, hi, Radouane. It's so nice to have you on here. I'm so glad you came. Thank you. And I know we're in completely different time zones as well. So I think it's afternoon or for yourself, right? And it's early morning for me. So
Yes.
thank you. Now, I do sort of know you through our group chat, our group meetings and Self-Perfected, correct? Like you show up there
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. So
So
who
first,
are you?
also, who am I? Okay. So first, I want to thank you very much for this occasion to express ourselves and share with ourselves and with others. My name is Radouane El Idrissi. I am from Morocco. I am like basically my education. I am educated as engineer in telecommunication and microelectronics, and I worked as engineer for like 6 years and a half. After that, I started entrepreneurship. So I did many things in this field, and I was like I have the chance to meet Technotutor and the community of Technotutor and also Self-Perfected, and this is like where real work starts because since 2012 I discovered like the world of self-development, and since these years I was always looking for change my life, to have all my dreams come true, and so I worked on myself a lot. But like where I experienced like real change, this is when I start to work with the Technotutor and Destiny tools of Destiny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been using the tools? So
It's been 3 years now, but I have many times I stopped to use them, like in these 3 years. So it's I work with the tools and I stop and I work and I stop.
that sounds
Yeah.
like my journey into it as well. I did that for many years actually. I would start and stop and then I'd go back to the beginning and start again because I felt like I didn't get it. So um so what did your life look like before you started with the tools? Like what was it that you really wanted to change?
When I like first times I start to use like Technotutor and also the Sinai process. I was in Turkey. I was living in Turkey, and this time I was like in full depression because I was working with cryptocurrency, and I lost a lot of money, and also I lost also lots of my contacts in business because they lost with me. I lost, and my friends and a lot of people lost with me. So I was like in depression for like more than three months, and my brother he was already like having a technotutor and using technotutor, and he shared with me technotutor to and I start to work with technotutor and also with Destiny. So in this time, like the tool and the process helped me a lot to just restart, like go not stay in the depression and the self-pity, and really start to see what I can do to change what I am experiencing as consequence of what I did before.
Wow. I know.
Yeah.
And oh gosh, I mean, crypto is it's such an interesting tool, but it really does have a lot of risk, right? And there's so many things out there where it could be a good thing, it could not be a good thing. You just don't know. So it's, gosh, I can understand how that would, if especially if you're not just your own money, it's everybody else's money too involved, how that would hit you really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was not really just like little money. It's like it was really big money, and it was not just mine. It was like money of others also. So it's really it hit me hard. But like depression, like it wasn't like the first time I was depressed. I start to experience depression like since my divorce. Like every year I have like sometimes of depression, like it starts with 1 week, after that every year like 2 weeks, after that 1 month. And
Okay.
the big one, it was like more than 3 months after this collapse of my business.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how did you get out of that depression then?
How I did get from this depression, like I started to use like technotutor every day, more than like sometimes like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours a day. And also I start to do the IP lights, like it's for some that they don't know, this tool is it's like a free program in that Destiny give. So you start learning how to write about your thoughts, about what is going out inside ourselves, and applying self-forgiveness and self-correction, self-application, and self-commitment, and living change. So when I start to do that, I really start to see like some opportunities that I can do. And I changed the city, because I was living in Istanbul, and I get to Trabzon. It's like more beautiful city for me, not like crowd like Istanbul. So it helped me also to changing the place, helped me to get out of the depression.
Mm, good.
Yeah.
And so, what does life look like for you now then?
Right now, I am back in Morocco. I am in a city called Agadir. I am right now working every day with the tools, technological design IP, and also I start helping others to know more about the tools, especially technological, and also the design process. I found it's really helpful to do that with my friends. So I start with two friends. Uh, One of them, they don't know English, so I translate the Destiny light process in Arabic, and I did this with them. And also I start to do even like writing and self-forgiveness with them every day, so that they can really experience the consequence of doing that. Because just do like reading about the process, and sometimes doing it, sometimes not doing it. It's not like doing the writing and self forgiveness every day. It's like give more consistent results, and they can see like how they can really change their lives.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. And so are you doing all of the tools in Arabic? Because I think most people are doing them in English, and I didn't even realize you could do it in Arabic.
Yeah, for like technology, I can do it like in any language because I use like the speed of printing. But for the voice and also for the definition, I use like the internet. There is many dictionary like in Arabic or in French, and I use like for the voice and for the definition, I use like internet, so the person can read, can listen the pronunciation of the word and read the definition. And for the Destiny Light process, I translate that like and work with them with the language they understand.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
incredible because I think, I mean, even the Germans, I think that I know in the group are doing it in English. I don't think they're doing it in German or sharing it in German or other languages, right? So I think that's really useful to hear and also to share with people saying, hey, here's how you can do this in other languages and help reach out to your friends and family who don't speak English or, you know?
Yes, even more for me, like as like ground as my first like language and vocabulary was in Arabic. So when I work with Technotitor in Arabic and I do self forgiveness in writing and self forgiveness in Arabic, it's more deep and more powerful than doing it in English. Even if like now, as I did like the basics of Technotutor with English, it's good also in English, but it's good to purify also the words in our language.
Mm,
Yeah, like
wow.
the Arabic or German or any your like first language.
I think that's really good to be sharing with the group. So if you get a chance to speak in one of the Friday, the Friday chats or whatever, mention that too, because I don't think people realize that they have those, well, maybe not those options, but there's those ways to support the tool. So,
Yeah. Well, one thing that I do also like personally, like even I understand English, like I listen to many audios in IQAF, the websites. There is like reptilian series and lots of series. And when I start to listen at the first time, I don't understand anything because like they talk about like some topic that you have to really have some vocabulary. So I worked in that vocabulary, but what really helped me to keep listening, I start to transcribe this series as like words, and after that translate them in my language in Arabic and read it in Arabic. That's really helps me to understand and keep listening, because even if you don't understand, if you keep listening, you came to something that you in every audio I understand something and I can apply it in my real life.
wow.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you. That
Welcome.
just made me have a whole new perspective on as I'm learning Spanish. I'm like, there's a whole, because I mean, I'm doing the education app to learn how to speak it and hear it and write it. And then I'm out in every day I go out, I'm trying to use as much Spanish as possible. And it's slowly growing the vocabulary, but I know my verbs are quite a problem. So trying to get the tenses of verbs. So that's an interesting. I'm gonna go through that and see how that can work. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to this again too, and I'm gonna go back and do that just to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
So, so tell me, like, now that you're sharing this with other people, you've found a way to actually help with the depression. What else what else has you noticed in your life that has changed?
Uh, I think like the the last realization that I come to understand and really apply in my life every day. And this is like what really helped me to see that this version is just like I realized that like the most important like thing like the number one priority in my life, it's not like money like before, because I was always like thinking about money and wanting to have more money and financial freedom and a lot of things like that, or a relationship. It's not that. It's not about relationship for me right now. Like the main priority, it's not like money or a relationship or anything like outside of myself. Like my first priority and number one thing that I try to do every day is my process is and stay stable with the physical, like physical stability. And I know that without like technotutor and doing writing and self-forgiveness, it's not something that I can have, because we give the opportunity to the mind system to control us in many years. Like we give it, we accept and allow the mind to think and to bring energy, and we participate with the thoughts and with energy. So if I want to be stable, I have to, for me, like this is what I do every day, doing like the technotutor every day, like minimum 30 minutes, doing the writing and self-forgiveness and reading self-forgiveness out loud, and also the self-correction and self-application and self-commitments, and really apply what I commit myself. And what I do also, I sometimes if I have like write and do many writing and self-forgiveness about something or about some words. Sometimes I bring all the commitments. I write it about this word, and I put it in like small phrases in 2 or 3 words, and I put that entity, and I start to like flash this phrases every day until I became stable in applying them in the real life. Why this realization is very important, because I stopped like having goals or like big dreams. I start like to live in the physical reality every day, and there is many opportunities that came outside of my world, because I'm just focusing on the physical and be in the physical and really live from and as the physical and as my beingness.
Wow. So so now you're a stable person, and you're living life now in the moment instead of chasing something that seemed unachievable, right? Or maybe harder to get, right? Because before you said you were always going after the money or going after, so it was like a chasing thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So now you're stable, you're not feeling the need to chase anymore. Have things changed in your life?
Yes, because if you live in the physical and you are stable with the physical, with your body and with your physical reality outside of the mind, without any thoughts, without any energy, any feeling or emotion or back chats, you are here. So you will do something. You will go with your common sense, and also if you apply what is best for all, you will go for what is best for you and for all, and you will experience always. You will experience what is what is best also, because when you do what is best for all, you will experience what is best for all. And if you do like before, when I am more focusing about my dream and my goal, I am more in separation.
Mhm.
So I think about myself and what I can have, what I can give. And so you are not really doing what is best. It's not like every time, but most of the time, because you are living in separation.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what does the future look like now for you? What do you hope or aim for now?
Right now, I don't think a lot about future. I am focusing every day to really do what uh, what is like my common sense tell me when I am in physical stability. But the most important for me is to continue to work with the tools and to birth myself from the physical. Like, if we can talk about the future, I can talk about how I can birth myself from the physical, going in the process of destiny, of writing and doing self forgiveness every day and take note every day until I am like 100% best for all in my actions and in my living everything in my life.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And I know a phrase that keeps coming up, and you've said it, is what's best for all. And I think for some people that might be very confusing. So because I think when people hear what's best for all, they hear that they have to sacrifice and give up in order for others to have or do. So maybe tell me what your perspective of what's best for all is.
Um, yes, before we can talk, before we talk about what is best for all, we can talk about oneness and equality, because if we understand this principle of oneness and equality, we can really understand the principle of what is best for all. When we say we are one and equal, what does mean? Like everyone in this earth, we are living and doing many things. But what like I understood from we are one, it's like we are living in one place, like it's called Earth. Okay,
Mhm.
and in this earth is like we are in the same body, like we live like if we look at our body, we have many things, like we have our head, our eyes, our and every part of our body is doing something and have some role in this life. It's for me it's the same thing. When we are living in the same body that is called Earth, we are like everyone is part of this body, like every part of our physical body. So we have a role. So and when we live from this perspective, we know like for the physical body, like the hand can't be like selfish and do something that hurts the other parts. So this is the same meaning for me. Like if you are living in the same body that's called Earth, and you live from this perspective, you will never do something that will hurt another human being, another part of this body that is called Earth. So this is for oneness, and for equality, we have like equal equality. For me, it's like we are equal in what we can do and the consequence that we will experience.
Okay.
So and if we now want to talk about what is best for all, so if if you live from oneness and equality, you will always do what is best for all.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So that is a very different thing than what we hear in North America or the Western world as equality, or not equality, equity. So equality is different than equity, which, I mean, in my mind, equity is you want to give something to people even if they aren't of the, let's say, in a job. You want to give a job to someone even if they don't have the skills to do the job, just so it's equity, because then you fill in, hey, I have these people of these backgrounds or of this belief system or whatever, right? That would be equity, but that's not necessarily equality, correct?
Yes, that's not necessarily equality. Because if you give someone to do something that it's not supposed to do, or that does not have the skills or the position to do it, you are not like considering it as equal. Because the real equality is understanding what the person really need, that will really help him to stand as one and equal with you.
Okay. So it is really important that if, for example, a job, you do hire the person who is best suited for that job because of the skills they bring, regardless of who they are, what they look like, what their background is, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay. So now that we got what oneness and equality is, did you want to talk about what's best for all?
Yes, what's best for all? I first heard like this words in the principle of destiny and self-perfected. And when I first the first time I heard that, I tried to think about it and how I can apply it. I always like things big, like how I can be what's best for all every day. What I can do, like because we can see a lot of things that we don't like and that is not really best. There is like children that are dying from poverty. There is war. There is lots of things that we don't like when we see our reality. But what I understand lately that doing what is best for all is you start from yourself. Like you do what is best for you, considering also that you don't like hurt someone when you are doing what is best for you. And like if I want really do what is best for all for this world, like if I want to really change this world, first first thing I can do is change myself. Because what we are seeing and experiencing right now in the world, like the wars and like children that die and lots of like what we call bad things. It's the consequence of the whole humanity having this mind consciousness, not having these thoughts, and it's the consequence of our acceptance and participation of those thoughts. Because the result that we are getting right now in the global world, it's not like came like like by chance, or it's like many years we accepted and allowed ourselves to think and and this is the consequence. So what is best for all right now, like from my perspective, if I want really to change the world to what is best for all, first thing I have to change like my mind, and I have to stop my participation to the thoughts and energy and emotion that's helped to create this reality. And this is what I am doing right now when I do writing, self-forgiveness, and I work with Technotutor to build my vocabulary. And if we can bring more people to do the same thing, so we change ourselves and we change more people, we can have a world that is living what is best for all. But it take some work and many years to be there.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
I guess that's going to take a lot of people to do that too, because I mean, I can work on and change myself and my own thoughts, and I may, yeah, so I can see some immediate results, maybe with some friends or family or people right in my immediate community. They'll start responding to me differently, right? Maybe they would, treat me in a different way than they would have treated me before. Or maybe I'm able to now go and accomplish things that I had no belief I could do. But now that I've changed my thoughts, now I see that as something achievable. So I can see that how it works on a one person, and it affects the immediate people. But to change the world, it's going to take a lot of people on the same thought and process, right?
Yeah, and many generation, maybe like 3 or 4 or 5, I don't know. But for me, like the most important is what I am doing right now. So I focus on that, and I work on bringing more people and more parents and more children to do the process, so we can one day like live. In a world that is really best for all.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible. And you probably have a huge opportunity in Morocco, because I don't think there's too many people that I know of in Morocco doing this.
Yes, it's an opportunity and also a responsibility. So yes, there is not much or lots of people that do that. I know many person that already like having techno tutor or start to do the Destiny process, but like me, they do and they stop. Uh, what I am trying to do right now, I'm trying to connect more with all people here in Morocco that's already like now or travel or work before with the tools to communicate, and if I can help them to come back and we can create community also here in Morocco, that will be really really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. As community is so important too, because it's hard to do something alone, right? You need the support of other people, to be there when you're not maybe on your best. You're having a down day, somebody else can help you through that, and you can be supportive of somebody else as they're going through their journey. And just knowing that people are now on the same thought and the same process as you, I think it makes it easier when you have others around you.
Yeah. Community is always really, really important because, as Bernard Pullman said, like the mind has his revenge. So you work on changing many things in the mind, but sometimes the mind can strike back. And if you don't have community, you can stay with the mind many months. That's what happened to me personally. Like I stayed in depression sometimes more than 3 months, 4 months, even like after knowing the tools, I was living many times in depression because the mind strike back. So if you have community, like there is someone that will call you, someone that can visit you, or like you have a meeting every week or every month, so that will help you to stand back and continue your process. Community is really important.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I think depending where you are in the world, the different cultures have a different sense of community than others. Like in Mexico, there's a very strong sense of community anyways. I mean, I've had, experiences here where I broke a leg And I had my neighbors coming to check on me every day and going to the market for me. And of course, I'd go give them pesos to go buy me food or whatever, but they were just so kind and considerate and just not what I would have had in Canada, right? Even with friends and family in Canada, I know nobody would be coming by every day to see how I was doing, right? Some people might say, I'll go to the store for you, but it certainly wasn't going to be the same as what I had found here in Mexico. So I think sense of community just around the world is different.
Yeah, because cultures is different. Like here in Morocco, or if you go in Mexico or other countries, in our cultures we are more like living like that. We want to help more, and even if like now with the social media and like technology, we start to be more selfish, but in like general, we have this culture, so we love helping each other. We love if we see some person that have many years, everyone will try to help them. When we are in the bus, if like we see some old man or woman, we always stand and we give them our place. So we have this culture. So when you said right, like community is different from country to others. It depends to the culture.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's really important to have community, like community in the sense of you have like someone that are in the same process, and you share with him or with her, and they do the same, and you are in the same way. You are working uh, in the same way.
Mm. Yeah. I think that's really important for people who are in a culture like the United States or Canada or somewhere else that's maybe more of what we would call the Western culture. I think there is a greater sense of lack of community there than there is in some of these other countries. And it's funny because I have family who call it third world country, Mexico. I mean, Mexico's quite developed. So, I'm not living on the ground with a paper box over my head. I mean, it's quite developed. I mean, we have some things here that I say, well, Canada, you guys need to pick it up a little bit here because you're still doing this. But it's funny how there is more of that community, that helping each other out, that sense of, of course we would want to help somebody else even if we don't know them attitude, as opposed to this fiercely independence, I think. And I think it's interesting how it's like from one world culture looking at another world, how they judge.
Yeah, exactly, and I think it's more about how we live with our family, because like here, like in Morocco or Mexico, I think that family is more like sacred, and people they help each other. Like we found here in Morocco, like one person that he is working and have like a salary or have like a financial revenue, he can help like even his brother, his sister. So we have like this sense of helping each other in the community, and this we bring that to the whole. So and I think like in Canada or in the United States, this sense is died with the like with time. So the family is not really like solid or one. Like they are like every person, like children, if they have like 18 or more or like more, they go and they live without the family. Here we don't do that. We stay always living with parents, and we have this connection always talking and knowing what's going on, and if someone need help, we help them. So this is the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's important that we do talk about community, and we do talk not only within the group that we have with Self-Perfected and Technotutor and using those tools and supporting each other in that, but also what the sense of community really is. And really bringing back community to people, because for those of, I mean, so many people feel lonely right now. I mean, we're in a
Yeah,
world with 8 billion people and people feel lonely.
yeah, I think that's for for my personal perspective. I always felt lonely because I lived even in Morocco, but I live in another city, not in the same city as my parents. So many times I feel lonely because it's alone. I know many things like alone, and I always traveled because I don't stay in same city like lots of times. So the friends I changed lots, and one thing that I really found helpful if you want to stop and to correct that you have first you have to write it, and the step again is to stop like the your relationship with the world. But after that, like if you want like to not live alone, you have like to go to the community. If you are like living in an apartment or living in some place, there is many people that you can see and you can talk every day. So if you start like see how you can help them by just the act of saying hello, like here we do say salam. Okay, and you say how are you, and if you say him needing some help, you can help them. So if you go to and you give to community, community will give you back.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, amazing.
yeah.
And that's so true, right? You have to be willing to give in order to receive. So,
Exactly. It's more about giving in community because I see that many times. Like when you go for giving, you will always get, but just focus on giving and give from the starting points. That is really what is best for all. Not wanting anything from the other, you will get back, and you will see that you are not alone. There is many people that are here and that really want to help you if you need help.
hmm,
Yeah.
wow. This just really makes me realize that people need to go outside of sometimes where they are and experience something else, right? Leave Canada, leave the US, wherever those Western worlds, go somewhere else and live there. Go for a year, 6 months, a year, really live in the culture and with the people and get a whole different sense, because I think there's value in learning from other people.
Yeah, I experienced that because before I traveled outside Morocco, I was doing what we call couch surfing. So, couch surfing is an application when you receive people from other countries, and you give them like place where they can stay. And so I experienced many cultures. Just like when someone came, we have a talk, we eat together, we go out together. So you start to see how many other perspectives in your life. And after that, when I traveled, also I have this experience. But like the most important is in doing that, it's not to do it from the mind, but like to do it like as presence, as beingness, as life, and really want to connect with people without any mind secrets.
Mm.
Okay, so when you do that, really you can feel and you can really experience what we talk about. Like when we talk about oneness and equality, you can see that like we are just one, like we are the same. There's no difference. Like even like people are white or black, are from United States or from Africa, from Nigeria, we are just the same. We have the same problems. We have the same. So it's more easy to understand others when you
Mm.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I wonder if there's a program like that available outside of like Morocco and Turkey and stuff like that. I wonder if there's because I hadn't heard of that particular program. I heard similar, but maybe not that particular program. So
Couch surfing? You talk about couch surfing or?
yeah. I think usually what I've heard is like student exchanges is what I've heard mostly, where like a student from one country will go to another country and they spend about 3 or 6 months there and they go to the school there and they live with a family and then they, but I haven't really heard of that particular as an adult. So
Yeah, I think couch surfing exists in all countries because I did do it also in Turkey, but not as a host, but as a guest. I was being guested like in Turkey with people that use the same basis because the idea about this application is like you give a place in your country, and when you travel, the people that they can give you place to stay when you travel.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I know we could probably talk all day, but I think you have appointments or something you have to get to later as well. So I want to be mindful of the time. So, because I'm really enjoying this conversation and we could just keep going. So
For me, it's the same time. It's really it's helped me to talk and express myself about many things. Thank you very much.
good. Well, before you go, what would you like? I ask this to everybody. So if you go back to your 10-year-old self, what advice do you want to give your 10-year-old self?
If I go 10 years before,
if you look at yourself as a child, if you were to be able to time travel back to your yourself as an adult today, and you could go back and time travel to yourself as a child at 10 years old, what do you want to tell the 10-year-old self?
it depends. Like if I go back and I have the same environment and same thing without any change, like I don't know if I go back right now. If I have Technotator or I have like the tools, I will say to myself to work with Technotator every day and do like the process. This is what I will I will say. But if I go back and there is not these tools, I will say to myself to focus on building like a strong vocabulary, to not trust like the definition of the words from parents or from the environments, to check really the definition for myself, so I can really don't have any energy with the words. So all my words are purified. And if there is someone that can teach me or help me to also do writing and self-forgiveness, I can say to myself to get connected with this person and to learn from them and apply the tools.
Oh, perfect. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Is there any last advice or just wisdom, words of knowledge that you want to share with anyone right now?
I think what I can say, last thing that I can say, that's what we do really right now. It's really simple. Sorry. So many people that when we talk about that, they see it, they can see it like a little bit complicated, but it's not really complicated. Like the complication is living in our mind and not really changing our life. This is really what is really complicated. But what we do is really simple. It's just like putting your vocabulary every day, 30 minutes, and getting like 20 or 30 minutes to do writing, self-forgiveness every day. If you give yourself just like 1 hour every day doing that, you can really see many change in your life and in your perspective and a lot of things. And when you do that, you are not really doing it just for yourself, but you are doing it for your family. If you have kids, if you are doing it for your kids, and also you are doing it for the whole humanity, to change to what is best for all.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Radouane. I really appreciate you being here. I do know that you had a very tight time today, so I do want to be respectful of that and not keep you too late or make you late for your next appointment. But thank you, and I'm sure we'll continue this conversation further on. So I appreciate it.
It's been really for me also a pleasure to be with you, and also to know you more, so we can talk more after, so we can see how we can also help each other and support each other in this process. Thank you very much, Catherine.